Okay. I did not know that my hair looked like complete and total shit. So let us, before we get started on this, starting a new game in Bloodborne. Anybody wants to know why I stopped playing Dark Souls 2, I'm more than happy to talk about why. I spent a long time thinking about this and talked to some other people about it. Nobody's too concerned with Dark Souls 2 getting put in the back seat, putting time out. Then we'll just leave it alone and move on. Alright, that feels so much better. Alright. Let's start.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood administration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Is that really the only one I have? Alright. Yep. As for Origin, what are we going to do? Do Waste of Skin, but I actually don't want to do a level 4 run. Face terrible hardships, but now confident in your purpose. What the hell does that even mean? Wait, do you start at... Oh, I didn't even know that you started out with Blood Echoes. Interesting. Was that supposed to be like more of a quality build? Oh no, that's Arcane. Okay. I guess this is maybe that's where you'd want to start with. You want to do like a, yeah, probably an Arcane build. 99 Arcane is incredibly broken. Be a skill build. I'm not very skilled, so I think this might be where we start. The past gives you more strength, gives you more skill. That's more quality. All right, military veteran. It fits my background too. Okay. Find a comfortable position to sit in. All right, let's go. No, no, I did not. I I wasn't really having fun.
Good. All signed and sealed.
Probably the best way to put it. I
Let's begin
like
the
the
process.
more I played it, the more the mechanics just kind of started to grate on me, and I was
Whatever
just like,
happens, you may think it all a mere
that's entirely the point. It is Dark Souls 2. Yes. No, it was probably because it was Scholar of the First Sin, but like I spent a lot of time talking to um, some friends of mine and talking to some people in chat and on Discord about it yesterday, and I just I can't find it in me to do something that I don't enjoy. And while I do feel that Dark Souls 2 did bring some interesting concepts to the table, it's not something that I enjoy. I haven't played that game in almost 10 years, and I had to come to that realization on my own as this guy burns alive. Um, that it's just not a game that I personally will ever have fun with again, I don't think. And that's because we have games like Bloodborne. We have games like Dark Souls 3. We have Elden Ring. and they all do the same stuff that Dark Souls 2 does, but I feel like it does it better. I'm not saying that like Dark Souls 2 is horrible and people who like Dark Souls 2 are bad or whatever. It's just it's not my personal cup of tea. And I feel that if I'm gonna sit here and play a game that makes me miserable,
You found yourself a hunter.
that'll then get kind of projected onto other people. And people won't want to come and hang out. You know, they don't want to. You know, most of my experience is people don't want to come and watch somebody. Oh my god, I that's going to be an adjustment for sure. Handwritten scroll: seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Oh yeah, Dark Souls 1 is a lot of people refer to that as like the flawed masterpiece. It has its issues, but it's in general like really really good. And I will never argue that. And again, I'm not gonna try and yes, the world design is unbeatable. Actually recently heard people refer to the world design of Dark Souls 1 as interestingly enough a Metroidvania. Bye, dude. Yeah, we're not. I'll come back in a minute. You make oh great. Nope. This fucking guy. Um, jeez. That's my. I guess this is my biggest gripe with Bloodborne is that it's locked at 30 frames per second. Oh, okay, let's get away from this asshole. Everything looping around and reconnecting. Yeah, that's really cool. Like the fact that you can get back to the Daughter of Chaos before. This guy is a persistent asshole. Okay. Whoop. Bye. Whoop. Hey, nope, get it. Okay. And there we go. So yeah, that I've heard a lot of people, mainly Illusory Wall, talking about how like Dark Souls is essentially can be considered a Metroidvania, and I saw somebody else make that argument yesterday. I saw a video somebody created where they played Dark Souls the correct way, I'm using air quotes there because you know you can play it however the hell you want. Um, but what they did is they found a route where they could do pretty much all the quests and find all the interesting items, like not like get all the tail cuts or anything like that, but like the way that Miyazaki probably envisioned people like the best way to play it. No mod to increase the frames. For Dark Soul or for Bloodborne, there is, but I'd have to jailbreak my PS5. I'm not too interested in doing that. Alright, let's grab Saw Cleaver, objectively the best weapon in the game, but I will not be using the Saw Cleaver the entire run. I find that to be a bit boring. Oh yeah, that's right. This introduced the someone called Jesus Here's Toast. He did it. He did 60 FPS. He modded his. Yeah. This is just on console. This belongs to Sony. Miyazaki has actually gone on record saying, "Hey, I appreciate all the enthusiasm, but we don't own the IP, so we can't. You know, even if we wanted to, we can't remaster. So, you know, everybody harassing From Software needs to go after Sony. Like, Sony, get off your fucking ass and fix this fucking game." But the issues with the 60, yeah, well, they gave us Bloodborne in the first place, so we wouldn't even be having this conversation if it wasn't for them. But yeah, the 60 FPS mod breaks certain mechanics as well. Like the frenzy mechanic is virtually like I don't know if they're dying. Like you know, if you look at like the yeah, that is true. The exclusivity thing is dying. That I will say is dying. But I don't think consoles are dying. Microsoft has been a bit struggling a bit with exclusives, but they've got Game Pass, which carries them.
This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop.
And what does the PS5 have?
To enhance
It
their
has
weapons.
Demon Souls. It's the only.
We don't have
Yeah, Demon Souls is the only game that I have
but
that is on PS5 only.
to use whatever you
Final Fantasy VII made it to remake, made it to PC.
should it please.
Horizon Forbidden West and Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, Forbidden West is getting a PC port. Zero Dawn is already on PC. It had a bit of a rocky launch, but
This was
Okay.
You're welcome.
yeah. All right, now we're gonna go kill that wolf that was irritating me. But so I wouldn't say that consoles are dying. I would say that Baldur's Gate 3 had a pretty solid launch. Of course, it was also in early access for like several years, and I'm pretty sure that played a huge part in it, not having issues on when 1.0 dropped. Give me your blood vials, thank you. And blood vials, thank you. Yeah, but like, you also have to, an asterisk next to that Baldur's Gate 3 thing. It was in early access for years. But its launch was pretty smooth. Final Fantasy VII had a smooth launch. Final Fantasy VII Remake. But otherwise, yeah, no, that's a valid point though. Well, what was not a console port? I got a lot of thoughts running through my head right now. Mainly, I'm happy to be in this fucking masterpiece of a game. This will come in handy. Baldur's Gate, yeah. Well, I think it is on console, and I think it runs relatively well on console as well. We're gonna be heading over there soon. So, despite 30 FPS, like, fucking look at this is so amazing. It's amazing. Let's grab some more shit. Let's get this started here. Okay. Gotta bait out this guy's attack. Like so. Whoop! How many HZ? What do you mean by HZ? Nobody's dropping anything. These guys usually drop a lot of blood vials pretty early on. I guess not today. Some of that. Oh, fuck you, man. Come here. Hurts. Oh, I'd have to go check the box, but I think it's 255 off the top of my head. But again, that if a game is like with a console, yeah, unfortunately the max resolution is just under 2K. I'm hoping at some point when I get back to work, whoops, not mean to do that. That's the no. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, I see what I. All right, I need to refamiliarize myself with the controls apparently. I am looking to potentially get a set of 4K monitors, and I'll take these two monitors and move them out to my workspace, and then I can have 3 monitors for work instead of 2 monitors and a laptop. Alright, we got these weirdos. I'm not going to talk to the weirdos that don't offer anything of value. We gotta move fast. We got Elden Ring DLC coming up soon, so we can't sit here and piddle around with the people who aren't gonna actually help us beat this game. This guy doesn't help. Whoop. It's nice to get. Nothing else up there. Okay. But yeah, I'm looking to get a set of 4K monitors now that I have my, you know, I have a PC that can take advantage of it. Hit him. Go. But yeah, I want to be able to you know, bump up the resolution on my PC gaming. Oop, I almost forgot about you. Almost, not quite. The first time I played this game in depth, I was stoned out of my fucking gourd. I went over to a friend's house, and she had a joint rolled up for us. We went out into her balcony, smoked it up. And then she's like, oh, I don't like Bloodborne. That game sucks. And I was like, what the fuck are you, like, what are you smoking? Whoop. So I showed her how to play the Souls games. I'm getting a lot of Molotov cocktails. Also, I want to put that on there. And that right there. There we go. But yeah, I was high as a kite the first time I played this game effectively, I guess you could say. Like, I'd seen people play it. I'd seen bits and pieces here and there, but I just... People who say the games suck usually don't bring patience. Yeah, that was definitely her. That was absolutely her issue, is she didn't have the patience for it. Because I remember we got on a call together when Dark Souls 3 launched, because she was like, yeah, I want to play Dark Souls 3. Yeah, you showed me how to play Bloodborne. Let's do Dark Souls 3. I was like, okay. Like, I was absolutely 100% going to play Dark Souls 3. She couldn't get past the first boss, the tutorial boss, the Gundyr boss. And it got to a point where she eventually rage quit the game. And she's like, I'm going to go do something else, and started playing fucking guy with the rifle. Ooh, nope. I'm back. I'm cornered. There we go. Yeah, she essentially said, fuck this, quit, put the game down, never picked it up again. I, on the other hand, platinumed the game. Not sure who's the winner there, but those fucking rings. I think I named the character that I got all the rings on, that all rings achievement on, the Lord of the Rings. I think I have a character in Elden Ring that does incantations. I named her Let Us Pray. Oh. Okay, I'm out of stamina. I need to pay more attention to that. I forgot Bloodborne stamina is very, very different from Souls games. I also play these games so carefully. I play these games so carefully. Pull enemies one by one. Use bows, cheese, whenever possible. I sometimes, yeah. Like, if you go back and I started uploading my Dark Souls stuff to well, not Dark Souls. I'm still on Demon Souls, but even on my Demon Souls stuff, I kind of cheese things a little bit. Specifically with Demon Souls, I guess you could say it's not really a cheese, I would say. I just had, you know, God tier HP regeneration. I used the regenerator's ring with the adjudicator shield, and the regeneration on that stacks. So if you want it to be really, really, really stupid broken, that's not a bad idea. You might have to kill Solaire if you want his armor, if you want to cosplay him, but Faith is a lot of fun in Dark Souls 1. But to go back to what I was saying, if you do, I think it's called a cleansing weapon. I forgot the name of it because, you know, Demon Souls and Dark Souls, really, their naming conventions didn't make sense. Chaos weapons, scale with humanity. Why is that? I don't know. But there is a weapon type in Demon Souls that, yes, in Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and magic is busted. It feels a bit more balanced, sort of, with an asterisk next to it, in Elden Ring. As long as you don't use the meme beam. That's the asterisk next to it feels more balanced there. Because you're not just standing at a distance shooting enemies anymore. They have, like, carrion slicers, so you can get up there, get up in close with the enemies and actually, like, engage with them. And not just stare at them. And a level 30... I have a level 32 character and deal 600, 700 damage with the spell. That is pretty fucking funny. It kind of... It's like the... Do you want to play this game and not have the traditional, what I would call the traditional Souls experience where you're just going to die a whole fucking bunch? And that's what I like about doing, like, strength builds in Dark Souls and in Demon Souls and in Bloodborne and all these other games, is it's super busted to do, like, magic and stuff like that, but, like, strength is just... It's fun. And Period returns. Although it's visceral attack now. Very satisfying. A torch. Controls. Is there a way... Do you know if there's a way that I could turn off the gesture system? I don't know if this game has a way to do it, but, like, if you hold down X and, like, do stuff, move the controller around, you see? Your character will do gestures. I've died to bosses because of that shit. Like, I've jumped while holding down X, doing something, like, press X and, like, jumped, and then that happens in, like, the middle of a fucking boss fight. Try doing that in the middle of, you know, Father Gascoigne fight and see how well you do. You're gonna take advantage of that and fuck your life up. But I wouldn't say I'm careful like you said you are in Souls games. I'm more methodical in that I like to try and find as much as I can find, because then I have more tools at my disposal. It's kind of how I see it. But yeah, we're two sides of the same coin. Methodical, yeah. Language barrier? Are you not? I'm not trying to pry too much. If you don't want to share, you can tell me to fuck off. Are you not? I'm guessing you're not in the States. If you're saying there's a language barrier, or maybe you're just not a. Is English not your first language? Fuck these goddamn dogs. It's a hill that I will die on. It is not your first thing. Well, you know. Oh, you're from Germany. Well, I was, ironically, I was born in Germany. I was born in Wiesbaden, Germany, on a U.S. Air Force base. My parents worked for the CIA. Shit, dog. Oh, get off of me, God. They, like, fly at you and become a hurt box. Oh, hi. And if you're gonna stand on the other side of that fence, I'll fuck you up, but... Right? Yeah, I was born in Wiesbaden, Germany, on a U.S. Air Force base. my birth certificate, like, yeah, when it becomes a bit of a pain in the ass when, like, applying for jobs and stuff like that. It's like, what state were you born in? And I have to, like, pause for a second. Like, wait a second. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, they're talking about Wiesbaden. The state is Wiesbaden. The country is Germany. Yes. I do not have German citizenship. I was only there for 2 years. I have no memory of living in Germany. I have, like, some hazy, like, images when I think about the house that we lived in. But no, I was born a U.S. citizen. All right. And something I recently learned, I can't remember which side it's on, but there's actually upgrade materials somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, right here. It's a bloodstone shard right there. It's nicely tucked away. I also did serve in the military, and I do have an active secret clearance, and because of those two things, in order to be granted that, if I did have German citizenship, I would have had to have renounced that. We had somebody I went to training with when I was in the Army. They refused to renounce their Canadian citizenship, and so they were denied their clearance and had to get reclassified to a new job. No, it's back over here. This is the weird shortcut. I'm gonna pop that real quick. No, I do not. And it's probably not something I'm gonna talk about in great detail. Oh, that's right. We don't want to go that way yet, do we? No, we do not. That's the way to cleric beast, by the way. This could be the first boss that we fight and kill. Obviously, I'm not gonna. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about my. I know you're kidding. It's fine. I'm not. I don't have an issue talking about it. It's just, obviously I can't get into, like, anything beyond, yes, I have a clearance. My brain is telling me this is the wrong thing to do, but... And that's why it was telling me it was the wrong thing to do. Okay. These fucking guys. Alright, I'm gonna try, but this guy might fuck my life up. Oh, you... No, he's not. Okay, good. Thank you for the blood vials. I appreciate it. It's the only issue that's one of the main, I guess, only issues I have with this game besides the 30 FPS is they went back to finite consumables. Oh, no, it's this guy that gives me the trouble. That's right. You gotta rush him down. You can't get him with just one visceral attack. Yeah, I don't have the launch codes. Somebody on a Discord server I was on was talking about how she would handle having the launch codes. It was really weird. It was like some weird fever dream thing that she... There we go. That was too... There we go. Why use actual bullets when I can make my own? Pressing up on the D-pad gives you blood bullets. They work like normal bullets, but they just are essentially 5 extra bullets at the cost of health. Okay. What is that down there? Oh, rats! Rat jam! Oh, okay. See if I can do this. Go. Take that. Get that. Drop down here. Go. All right. And then, like, and this is kind of what I mean by methodical. It's like I'll go and I'll clear areas. I'll fight all the enemies like at least once. With, again, exceptions. I will not fight the whales. The whale enemies in the DLC area, stuff like that can just, they're I think they're poorly balanced, poorly designed enemies that are irritating to fight. I did get the Rakuyo though, but once was enough for me. I don't think I'll ever show any interest in going back and picking up the Rakuyo ever again. Okay. Well, now they separated, so... Go. The moveset on this weapon is really cool. Press R1, L1, L1, and you get some transform attacks. It'll actually build up. If you're using beast blood pellets, it'll build up the beast meter pretty quickly, which will then increase your damage. Speedrun tricks. Yep. These guys are fucking assholes. If you're not careful, and their range is deceptively long. So now we gotta do all that over again. What fun. What is going on with this? It's... Oh. Alright. Well... Wait, no, we could actually... There's something we can do here now.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed
see your
to
face.
infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is
And
all
something
that I
just
can
hit my
do.
window. Yosefka's
Now,
blood vial.
go. And good hunting.
I think that's an interesting feature that I don't think was...
Natives, but I have not. Please, I can only pray.
Okay. I don't think was fleshed out enough is you can get these like kind of cool, like these unique, I wouldn't say cool, but unique blood vials. And just in case we get marked again, I'm going to go to the Yarnum lantern. I know it's 2 more loading screens. But at least it's not 1.0 loading screens. Don't mind me as I snack on some chips. My girlfriend bought us some spicy chips the other day. Absolutely love them. 10 out of 10 would buy and consume again. Wait a second. Can I just go down here? Yeah. Hey, buddy. Oh, come here, you. Ooh. Come on, come here. All right. Come on. Do your... There we go. Thank you. Do the needful. Such a weird phrase. Do the needful. I've had people recently tell me to do the needful. And they're talking about like getting something done. Do something like, hey, I need you to do this thing. They'll say do the needful. Such a weird saying. Alright, we're gonna peepo run. Hmm? I am gonna kill this guy, though. Well, let's make sure I'm not being followed. Does not look like I'm being followed. Let me, let's try that again. That was, not bad. I was hoping to get some more blood vials. I'm broke even. Okay. Fucking crows, man. Oh, no, I haven't been there yet. No, we're not going there yet. I was hoping to avoid these stupid fucking dogs. And coming from a dog lover, that's saying a lot about those fucking dogs. Yeah, come here, Fido. Alright, after I kill this asshole. Okay. Second, I just got a text. Make sure it's nothing important. Okay, no, that's just my girlfriend reacting to pictures that I sent her of her cat hanging out with me. She was out of town this weekend, so she asked me to check in our cat and feed her cat while she was out of town. And that includes a request to sit with the cat and give him pats and scratches and stuff like that. And so I do that. I do it happily. It's you know, I enjoy pets in general. And so I would go and sit with her cat, and yeah, as usual, and I take out a book that I have that I'm reading, and I just start reading for a little bit while I'm petting him. Got book in one hand, cat pet in the other hand, with the other hand. It's nice and quiet and peaceful. My only issue is she doesn't turn the heat on in her house. Okay, so that's not it. Is it? No, that is it. Okay. Whoop. Oh, that's right. Yeah, in this game, you have to hold down and circle to slide down a ladder. Like so. Hey, buddy. I'll take that HP back. Another great system that they didn't use in any other games, the regain system that encourages aggression. I think that could have been better refined in like follow-up future games. I get like Dark Souls really wouldn't have worked well there because the whole like shield system and parrying and blocking and over here. There you go. Ooh, a bloodstone shard. That's much better than blood vials. We don't need to go that way. Oh, and then there's this. Yeah, this rat has my blood echoes. You see how his eyes are all glowy. Boom. Thank you. Now, come here, you. I got a bone I'd like to pick with you. One more. Nope, nope. Give me my health back. And gone. And now we get to actually look cool. And this will be the gear that I wear for the majority of the game. This game really doesn't have a viable armor system, so this game really does truly focus on fashion. And over here we have these ledges to fall down onto, and then I'm gonna lose most of my health. Oh no, I didn't. I lost only half. Okay, cool. These things are actual assholes. I take out the Molotov cocktails because you can do that. Why not take out 2.5 enemies with one attack, or 2 Molotov cocktails? There's only 2 left. Oh god, you snuck up on me. Okay, let's get over here. This is why I have so much more fun with this game than like Dark Souls 2. The mobility is so, it's much more fluid, even though it's only 30 frames per second. It feels more smooth, it feels faster, it feels more like, stop that. Stop doing the gestures. I need to I'm about to do a Google search to see if I can turn that gesture system off. That is pissing me off. Here we go. Oh, no, we can't. And you will like Ashen. I did take a look at that, and I saw what you're talking about with like the mixed reviews, like 50-50 mixed reviews. I'm trying to figure out how to like, what's in here? Okay, no. I see these motion things. I don't want to like, cuz when I hold the controller, it sits on my lap. And when I do certain things, it'll like shake the controller. If I press X and shake the controller in a certain way, that happens. So I'm trying to see if there's a way to turn that off. What is this that you can remove gestures from the hold action button? Read about some quality of life change. Oh, they're talking about fucking. I don't care about Elden Ring right now. I'm not playing Elden Ring. Yeah. You know, that might be possible. No controller options. Maybe it's in system, I guess. Let's see here. System maybe. HMI can play power saving web browser software. No. Another Google search. I don't want gyro aiming turned off. I want under accessories, controller, general. Oh my god. Delay, dual sense, controller speaker, shortcut, controllers. Press the PlayStation button, select accessories, and select controller. Select the PS5. It doesn't. Okay, maybe this site will actually. No, this is how to turn off a PS5 control. I'm trying to turn off the fucking motion control. Everybody's asking, how do you turn it on? How do I fucking turn it off? Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah, Reddit is not exactly a place you go for life pro tips. You go to Reddit when you want some fucking shithead to fucking try and tell you how their opinion is the only opinion that matters. Go back. I'm just gonna have to live with it. It's whatever. It's not a big deal for me. It's just I'm trying to get. I was hoping I could eventually get rid of it. Like I'm finally getting to the point where I'm getting a little bit fed up with it always accidentally turning on. People are like, well, just don't hold X, and it's like you're not holding X. You're trying to like skip dialogue, or you're trying to pick up an item or something. And I do feel like it's overtuned. It is. It is way too sensitive. I guess they just didn't want people shaking the shit out of their controllers to activate. But nobody asked for it. Nobody wanted it. No, bird. I do not want to get my face pecked off by you. Bye. Yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that. The last time I opened up a video game controller, it stopped working. I'm not exactly, an electrician. Give me some code, I can work with that. You give me electronics, I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do with this? I'm gonna electrocute myself? Okay. Thank you. Oh, it's the piggy. I don't even have a soldering iron. Like, I used to do that stuff with my dad. It wasn't electronic stuff, though. I was in Scouts and Boy Scouts, and so what we would do is I was in the Pinewood Derby races that they had for us, and so yeah, I would make the car that I wanted to make. He'd help me like make all the different, the shape, and he'd help me cut it out and everything, and then I'd sand it down and everything like that. But then we'd drill holes into the bottom of the car and we'd solder. We'd put the soldering in there. You have a fancy soldering iron. I'm guessing that's Pincelli 64. The Pincelli 64. I'm not familiar with that type of stuff. I'm gonna guess that it's really nice. I mean, you said it's fancy, so I'm just gonna go with the assumption that it's nice. That leads up to a boss fight I don't want to do yet. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna go get our first insight, so we don't have to fight the cleric beast before leveling up. This is actually a little, thing that I learned from watching Game Grumps way back in the day when I used to still watch them. And I heard some not so nice things being said about them in terms of like their personalities and behavior. And I was just like, no, I think I'm good now, thanks. Pinacell is a portable It's a portable soldering iron with a computer-controlled temperature, sleep modes, motion detection, and allows many options for power, AC supplies, USB-C, DC barrel, to external batteries. Oh, okay. That does sound really, really fancy. It's portable. Like, the only soldering irons I've ever seen are, like, they need to be plugged into a wall or something like that. So being able to, like, use batteries, I bet that's really convenient and handy. We're coming down that later. Is there anything down here? No. I just wasted every time. Cool. Whoops. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, my dad used to use the material you use for soldering. He would use that as like a weight for my my Pinewood Derby cars. It worked really well once. I won a bunch, and I remember they were starting to get suspicious, and so they decided they needed to weigh my car to make sure that I wasn't using, I guess, weights or something like that. There was a certain amount of weight. There's a weight limit to the car, the little Pinewood Derby car. They took it very seriously. But no, as long as we made sure that we were within, following the rules and everything, we didn't do anything wrong. But we did add weight to the car because physics, basic physics. If the thing is heavier, it will reach not critical mass. It's terminal velocity sooner. I think that also has something to do with density too, though. I don't know much about physics. I'm not going to pretend I know anything about physics, honestly. What does this say? Beware of the bird. Beware of bird. Okay. So yeah, we would weigh down the car, but not to a point where it was against the rules. More oil urns. Those are kind of handy. I know exactly where I'm going to use those. My hair still... What? I think my hair is finally finished drying. Thank God. So the major downside of having long hair like this is that it takes forever to dry. I actually have to use 2 towels when drying off after taking a shower. And I waited until after I checked in on the cat and everything to take a shower today, just because I knew that I was going to be scooping cat shit, and I didn't want to go and take a shower only to then have to go back and take another shower after scooping cat shit. Shit. He knows I'm here. I tried. You can sometimes sneak up on them. More upgrade items. Nice. You, come here. Is there a guy over here? Nope. The hell is that? Looked like for a second that the textures didn't load. I'm gonna carefully walk up on this guy because he's one of those assholes that can easily one-shot me in my current state. No! That was scary. That was very scary. I completely whiffed that. Oh, yep, there we go. Come on. Phew. So that's when you most often do gestures by accident, is like when I'm trying to pick up an item. Like I'm not holding X, I'm pressing X, but I'm also shaking the controller a little bit when I do press. I hear the rats scurrying about. The rat jamming down there. I started Dark Souls 2 yesterday. And I didn't really... I wasn't enjoying it. And we haven't even fought a single boss in Bloodborne yet, so don't worry. All you missed was me dying to some random mook. Really, the only thing of note that's happened so far. But yeah, I was talking to Kamo here, about, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, by the way, just like let me know. Hey, it's pronounced like this. But I'm gonna say Akamo or Akom. Yeah, I think Akamo is how that's pronounced, but correct me if I'm wrong. My issues with Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2 is, there's a long list of issues I have with that game. I tried. I really did try yesterday. I was like, let's get past this first area. Maybe I'll feel better about it. And then when it came time to start stream today, I was just like, I really do not like. My brain was like, you really don't want to play Dark Souls, do you? Or Dark Souls 2. And so we're gonna do Bloodborne. And if somebody wants to come in and convince me to play Dark Souls 2, they're going to need a really convincing argument, but I'll happily explain why I put the game down. Oop, there we go. That's better that you start Bloodborne. Yeah, I'll have more fun with this. And unfortunately, the Dark Souls 2 fan base is can be very, very, very vocal about their views on that game.
And an outsider. What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna turn my camera off.
To welcome the new hunter.
There's something stuck in my teeth, and I don't want to sit there and pick my teeth on stream.
There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
I love this outfit
Still
she has.
out. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts.
Just a few beasts.
No matter.
Wait until we get to the late game, you'll see.
Got fear in our hearts.
I think my early game weapon, I'm gonna switch away from the saw cleaver, because everybody uses the saw cleaver. It is objectively a very, very, very good weapon, but everybody uses it. So I think my early game weapon will probably be the Kirk hammer, while I try and figure out what I want to transition into. I really like the Kirk hammer. I like the transformation. I like the moveset. It's a very fun weapon to use. Okay. I think we're stuck taking damage no matter what. Yeah. We're gonna have to take some fall damage, but maybe I can mitigate it with this little apparatus here. Oh, nope, I missed it. Oh well. Are there rats over here too? Rat jam. Yes. Rats on both sides. Saw spear. All right. I think the other side has the hunter's badge. Uh-oh. That's literally the first time I've ever experienced that. I've never had this game crash on me before. Yeah, it wasn't by choice game. I wasn't trying to exit the game without saving. I hope I didn't lose too much. Play online. Continue. Okay. I really didn't lose anything, did I? Okay, cool. Now we're gonna come down here. Boop. Boop. There we go. And this is how you're able to level up before even fighting the cleric beast. Take that. Boom. Done. Little interesting tidbit about insight, though, which is the little eye icon up above, or beneath my blood echoes in the top, the top right. The more insight you have, the DLC for this game, fuck yeah, I will. The DLC for this game is fucking goated. Oh my god. That's where, like, some of the best bosses are. I will, without a doubt, be playing the DLC. Let's see how far I can get today, though. We'll start there. Start small. Yes. Yeah. I will be playing the DLC for this. Abso-fucking-lutely. I adore this game's DLC. Even though the DLC is really good at fucking my life up. The DLC will absolutely kick my ass. But yeah, I'll play it, for sure. Oh, I missed a thing over there. Have to get all the shinies. I feel compelled. By any means necessary. Get all the fucking thing. All the shinies. Not all of them. Rakuyo, for example, can fuck right off. I'm not fighting the whales in the DLC. I did it once, and that was enough for me. And the only reason I did it was so I could get the trophy for getting all the weapons and tools. I have gotten all trophies, all achievements, whatever you want to call them, for Bloodborne and the Bloodborne DLC. Now we're just kind of running around, setting up quests and unlocking shortcuts and all that stuff before we're gonna head back to the Hunter's Dream and level up before we take on Cleric Beast. But before we even think about the bosses and stuff like that, I kind of want to, get some items, get some levels, get some gear, Oh, my dog.
You're a hunter, aren't you?
It does, yes.
Do you know of any
I call it the pizza cutter.
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once had got off your arses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear?
Are you talking about the Whirligig Saw Omar is the best deal, the best weapon in the game?
Are you going to tell me you're not? Yeah, I should have known you. Good for nothing. But go on. Well, go and stop it.
We do want to talk to her because she is, yeah. Whirligig Saw is absolutely goated. The dog is over here, right? Yeah. Fucking Souls dog, man. Some more Dew. Dew is like the you know, Souls of the Proud Knight and all of the usable soul items in Souls games. I might have to take a brief break here in a minute to, 1, refresh my drink, and 2, put on some slippers, get a blanket or something, do something for my feet. My feet are freezing right now. Ice cold freezing. Oh, I know where we are now. Okay. What's up here? This is just a dead end with an item. That's right. But a welcome item all the same. Bup, 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 bup. This area of the game is a little bit cheeky. There we go. Yeah, that gets them to what does that do? Okay. I think this guy, does he blow up? I don't recall. Pungent Blood Cocktail will be very, very useful. When the hunt began, the healing church left us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward as Old Yarnum burned to the ground that moonlit night. Yes, I will take on... That's going to be the first boss that I fight. I will do as many bosses as I can. I kind of detailed this a little bit yesterday. There will be breaks in the Souls Marathon for... on the 29th, Final Fantasy VII Part 2 comes out. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 comes out. It's a game that is very near and dear to me. So I will be playing that. But I will be... I'm not going to be stopping the Souls Marathon. I'm just going to be splitting my time between the two games. So that is a thing that's coming. But also, if we're still doing this as of like June, the start of June, we are going to put the marathon on hold and we're going to start a new Elden Ring run in order to get that character ready for the DLC so we can do the DLC for Elden Ring Day 1. He missed. Oh, fuck off with that. What the fuck was that shit? Jank visceral attacks. Yeah, go back. Go back. I want to fight this guy. Alright, why don't you pick a... I disagree. Hard disagree, but... Oh, he's just gonna fall over and die. Okay, cool. As much of my health back as I can. Okay. Go. I'm just opening like all the shortcuts and stuff right now before I go and start taking out bosses. We're gonna have Cleric Beast. We're gonna fight and kill Cleric Beast. And then shortly after that, we're gonna basically beeline it over to... That doesn't work right now? Okay, yeah, that's fine. We gotta... And then we're gonna go back and take on Father Gascoigne almost immediately after that. But I kind of want to get like all the quests and stuff started, or like, you know, make the progress that I can make before I take on the bosses. That's kind of the initial plan for now. But we will definitely probably see 2, maybe more bosses today. Just want to get to a quick talk to you.
Oh, and not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say.
There probably is, so I think you're asking, I think there's a pistol, better pistol for doing parry to the enemy, right? Yes, there probably is. I like using this one for now because the blunderbuss has terrible range. You basically have to be like point blank to land a parry with the blunderbuss. But there are better... Oh no, it's fine. So what you were basically asking is, or what you were saying is, you think that there's a better pistol that can be used for parrying enemies, and you're correct. That is a correct assumption. So, no worries with the English. The fact that you can speak more than one language, I'm assuming, you're already better at speaking than I am. I can't speak any other languages at all. So the fact that you've got 2 under your belt is, I'd say that's pretty good. And, you know, the more you talk to people, the more you'll learn about learn about mannerisms and dialects and all that other stuff. And eventually, you know, just over time, you'll get better. It's kind of like playing this game. The more you play it, the better you get.
Across the valley to the east of you, deep within, lies the old main cathedral, said to be the source of blood. I haven't heard of pale blood, but that's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of blood. Across the valley, deep within...
Okay, I just want to make sure I exhausted his dialogue. And, of course, there's that accidental gesture again. Okay, I did unlock that. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do something I meant to do sooner, but I forgore. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. That's just how it is. It's, you know, I can't speak multiple languages. You know, so when somebody, like, if somebody ever, like, gives you crap for not speaking, like, you know, for your grammar being off or misspelling something, don't pay it any mind. Just, like, you know, Ignore them. They're not. It's not worth getting all upset over. Shit. Jesus fucking Christ. I have never seen that jump attack before. Holy shit. I've seen the headbutt and, you know, the various swings. I've never seen him leap through the air like that before. That's insane. Wow. But now we got our you know, best lady is here. We'll grab that. It's a multiplayer thing, but I don't like leaving shinies in the ground. And we can't do anything with her yet, so let's go to Central Yarnum and get my blood echoes back. Hopefully he did not take them. Let's find out the fate of my blood echoes, and then we'll go from there. Oh, there's my timer. Okay. Zoop. Do you have them, or are they on the ground? Uh-oh. There they are. Good. Okay, good. Come here, you. Go, got one. That was way too early. This guy's a bastard. But he drops gemstones. Let's see if I can't recoup some of my losses fighting these guys on my blood vials. There's a really good late game area for farming blood vials if you ever get to that point where like you've been grinding out a boss and you just don't have any left in reserve or anything like that. But we're not there yet. We are very far from that area. Okay, and I thought there was an item back here, but I guess there wasn't. And that's most bosses, though, is you just end up, you know, you're just like, all right, I want to beat this boss. And then, you know, next thing you know, you've tried to fight him like 15 different times. And you're down like 300 blood echoes, or blood vials. The regain system does help you kind of recoup some of those losses. Okay. Search the corpse. I know they're coming, so, yeah. What the hell was that? I like glitched through the dude and wouldn't hit him. Do you have blood vials? Yay! We got a whole 1 blood vial from killing 15 different enemies. Yeah, we don't worry about these people. They don't really offer anything of value. they all just kind of go insane and eventually stop talking. Nope. All right, let's there we go. Trying to get some movement out of these guys. Unfortunate that they're coming over to me one by one by one. I want to get to the big guy that comes after them. Okay. Alright, I'm going to run back this way and go up these stairs. A couple guys up here I can try and get blood vials out of. Did kill that guy. This guy's going to go, surprise! That guy reminds me of my first time playing Bloodborne. I was too stoned to properly react to him popping out to attack me. Whoop! Blood vial. Blood vial. Look at that. Just like that, we're on the uptick. And now I can use one. Well, I can use one before, but I was trying to refrain from using one unnecessarily to top off my health. Alright. That's right. What the hell? Okay. It's fucking dogs, man. Yeah? Bark, 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 bark. Bark, bark. I'm a shitty fucking dog that can just, like, turn into a flying hitbox. Father Arion, hello! And welcome to the stream. A hunter must hunt. I believe that is Eileen the Crow that says that. Come here. Oh shit, there's another dude with a... Ooh. Go? Just in time for the start of this. We, before we started this game, yesterday I tried to replay Dark Souls 2. That didn't go so well. I very much dislike that game now. No. No. Unfortunately, no. I have played the absolute ever-loving piss out of this game. I'll show you real quick. I'm very, very well, very familiar with this game. But we got Elden Ring DLC coming up in June 21st. And so I kind of want to go through, you know, I was going to go through all of the Souls games, and that included Bloodborne. Not Sekiro. I feel Sekiro, while it's made by the same company, thank you. It's I don't consider it a Souls game. Yeah, it's hard, but I feel like it's a different genre. So I want to kind of like go through all the games before starting up. And what the hell? You can summon him before you have to fight him. Interesting. I had no idea. This guy usually gives a good amount of blood vials. So okay, let's get our that. Go. you for that. Now I have some blood bullets I can use. Yeah, and okay, so we have been down... Nope. Wrong direction. Going up here. Over here, and... Oh, I'm going to break down these boxes. Oh. Now we're kind of back to where we were before. Yeah. I'm in a process of all trophies, but I just have a little time. Yeah, and you know, you can do it bit by bit. Like, that's the thing I really do love about these games is, like, you know, I'm sitting here doing this, and suddenly, like, oh, something comes up, I have to go to work, or, like, you know, what have you. You just go over to, you know, exit game, and it'll save your progress right then and there. So you can do it a little bit at a time. I did my first playthrough, I was telling other people in chat earlier, when I first played this game, I was completely just stoned out of my fucking mind. Yeah, I can understand that feeling. I recently accepted a new job offer, but I have yet to receive an official start date. So I'm currently in between jobs, but I work as a contractor. And also tired. Yeah. That used to be a real struggle with me as well. Oh my god, I almost killed myself. Why did I do that? I don't know why I'm constantly trying to parry these guys. But, yeah, I recently was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. And so I got put on some meds to help take care of that. And that is actually, not only has it boosted my mood, but it's been a big help in raising my energy levels. I'm a lot more energetic. I'm not as tired as I was all the time before. Yeah, thank you. I do got this. I've done it before, and that my logic with that is if you've done it once, you can do it forever. And so, because I've done it before, I'll just do it again. Oh. What the fuck are you doing at? Get those bullets. See if I can sneak up on this guy this time. I like to backstab this guy. It's basically a guaranteed, you know, guarantee that he will die and not one-shot me. And unfortunately, that metal pole in his hand is a lot more... It's got a lot longer reach than you would expect. Go. And they usually drop blood vials pretty regularly. There we go. Okay, so we got a decent amount of blood vials. We're back up to 20. Let me go ahead and get some more bullets. Yeah, okay, I think we want to... This way. I'm all turned around now that I've died a couple times. I usually don't die all that much when doing this. Don't need to fight all of them again. Down here. I think we're just about ready for boss time, but I think, yeah, there's something up this ladder. May the good blood guide your way. Farewell, Hunter. Is it? Yeah, I think it is up here. Yes, yes, this is where I'm trying to go. Okay, great. Right, there's an item over here. And whoop. All of them will successfully fuck off more Bad Bad's knowledge. So you can get that one too if you want to get some insight before taking on the first boss, so you can level up without fighting Gascoigne, or Cleric Beast. Either boss, really. You can get to either boss without, He unfortunately started to turn around just as I was charging at my R2 attack. Shining coins, fuck you, man. I don't need shining coins. I'm not in the fucking Forbidden Forest or whatever the fuck it's called. I forgot what that area is called, the forest. This is who we want to talk to.
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell. Are you a hunter? I just saw you look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him. But now she's
So that smell they're talking about, they burn. You can see it over there in that lamp over there. They burn incense, and that incense keeps the beasts from attacking them in their home.
Really? Oh, thank you. My mum was a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it. Oh,
Also, there's no happy endings in this game.
Find my mum. Give her this music box. It plays one of Daddy's favourite songs. And when Daddy forgets us, we play it for him so he remembers. Mum's so silly running off without it. My mum wears It's So Big and Beautiful. Oh, and if you find her, please.
Okay. Exhausted her dialogue, and this is another shortcut that we can open up. Come on. Open says me. Please. Thank you. So this is where we were just a few minutes ago. But that music box was the main thing that I was looking for. Trying to think the best way to... Okay, I guess the best way to go back would be... just walk back. Father Gascoigne. That surprises me. I never knew you could summon him before you fight him. Because yeah, he's got some problems, so do that. And where are you? That. There we go. We're gonna head back to the Hunter's Dream. We're gonna level up, and then I'm gonna try and remember how we get to Cleric Beast. I know how to get to Cleric Beast, like literally, but from a different. Oh, shit! Before we go back, I should. Okay, we're not gonna go back just yet. There's a shortcut to Father Gascoigne that I want to unlock first. And then we will use that lantern. To level up. Right? Yeah, all these guys are dead, so back that way. That's towards the beginning. I'm trying to remember. The layout of this area is very, very weird. But yeah, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the Hunter's Dream, take on, level up a bit. We'll go kill Cleric Beast, and then we'll immediately from there go kill Father Gascoigne. Okay, I think I know where I'm going now. Do I? Yes. Go this way. And this should relatively take us pretty quickly to the sewers. Sewers is where we want to go. Yes, I'm going to go down in the underground area. Go kill Miss Piggy and... cross that bridge, activate the elevator, that'll open up the shortcut, and it'll make all of this very, very easy. I haven't played this game in a hot minute, so my memory is a bit rusty. Okay, we're gonna come down here. I will need to take a break relatively soon to use the restroom, refresh my drink, Maybe think about starting dinner. Like, come on, there we go. Okay, good. Hey, Miss Piggy. Somebody told me that Pig needed a prostate exam, so we're gonna give her 2. Oh, no, she didn't want the second one. Okay, well. Now we come over here, climb up this ladder. And if we're at all lucky, this dude will hurt himself setting off this boulder. Come on. I'm glad that this game doesn't make you use stamina to climb a fucking ladder. Okay, we were not very lucky, but that's okay. We can do that. Do that. Get some bullets. You're gonna give me some blood vials, and we're all set. Do. Grab some more items. Yeah, so that guy said, like, if you come up over here, this is before the pig. So if you come up this ladder, you're gonna encounter that burning boulder on the fridge. Please don't talk with the girl in the window. So she didn't. But the music box actually helps you in Father Gascoigne. You can use the music box to and it'll, like, you know, mess up Gascoigne will get, like, stunned, and that'll allow you to get in some extra hits and stuff like that without having to relatively safely. All right. Are you really gonna? So I get the brooch. I could, you know, not go back there, but you get things from doing that quest line. There are no happy endings in this game. Like, if you don't do that, she'll probably die from, like, the incense running out or something like that. You know, this is not a very cheery game when you look at, like, you know, like that old lady, for example, that we saved from the dog that was barking at her. She'll eventually go insane. She'll think that you're her grandson, and, you know, she'll try and, like, be like, oh, let me go find, you know, some stuff for you, dearie, and she'll end up getting herself killed. Yeah, she tries to find sedatives. That's what it is. If you keep getting sedatives from her, she'll eventually be like, all right, let me go find some for you. And then, yeah, she, no, I know that I try. Yeah, it is depressing, but, you know, it's, you know, there's a reason people rephrase the Prepare to Die edition from Dark Souls as Prepare to Cry. Is because these games have very, like, they have interesting stories, but they can be very depressing. Like, I was getting into the Artorias stuff. I was talking about a bit about that yesterday while I was fighting Manus. About how, like, you know, you have to fight that guy's dog. Like, his loyal companion from, you know, for all this time, you know, he was consumed by the Abyss, but before the Abyss took him, he put a protective ward on his dog. And that's what you see in the DLC when you go and find Sif. Is that, oh, this guy put a protective ward on Sif. And so now the dog is protected from, you know, the dangers of the Abyss. Get over here. What? This is where I do a bit of cheese, because these guys, yeah, their reach is a bit unreal. What does this say? Ambush waits ahead. Yeah, it does. But yeah, these games are you know, they have very sad stories. They're very interesting stories and well written stories, but they are sad. I try not to shy away from that reality. It's important to feel those feelings. Oh. Thank you for that. Well, I guess I'm not getting his blood vials. And so yeah, in that direction is Cleric Beast. Okay, just making sure that they didn't... Okay, we're all set. Do a few bosses now. And then after Gascoigne, the next boss we will fight will be Bloodstarved Beast. I'm not gonna do all of the chalices. I might do some chalice dungeons if I need like materials or anything. If I need something, I might. That's in a chalice dungeon. I might do it. But the chalice dungeons is an interesting idea, but I don't think it was very well executed.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
I think she just said we look like we're sick.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
9 levels. That's not bad at all. I think we'll definitely do that. But 1, 2, 3. Put some more into strength. A lot of people. Oh, after you spend. I'm not gonna go around and kill everybody. That, yeah, that's not nice. But yeah, a lot of speedrunners will just absolutely murder the shit out of her in order to level up faster.
Farewell, may you.
Let me check the bath messengers. Do you have any weapons yet? Nothing that I would want. Man. I think it is time to freshen up my drink. Repair weapons. Uh-oh. Now I don't want to fortify. Shortly after Gascoigne, I'm going to be dropping this weapon, but I only just now saw that. All the different, like, blade types that are sitting up there. That's the workshop tool for... Root? Alright. I'm going to take a short break. I do need to get a drink, and I need to go to the bathroom, and my feet are freezing, so I need to put something on. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Let me put some music on for you guys. Okay. Let me pause the music. Let's get back to... I just grabbed the wrong fucking controller. Got so used to playing Dark Souls. And Dark Souls 2 for a little bit. Got myself a bit of coffee. Stop all that yawning. I'll go pop off on some bosses. That should further stop any yawning I may have. Oh yeah, I also got my blanket. This will help a lot with my legs and feet getting cold. I think my legs get cold, and then that leads to my feet getting cold, and then it's just an all around unenjoyable experience. So let's go kill Cleric Beast. That's a run that I started a while back. Never finished it. But I started it, and I was just like, it was mostly a curiosity thing for me. With that run. I saw a video where somebody said that, like, they kind of went into details about how 99 arcane runs are absolutely busted. And a lot of people were trying to tell them, like, oh no, it's, you know, it's too weak in the early game and all this other stuff. And they just very calmly kind of detailed, no, it's not that busted. The only problem with the 99 arcane run is you're maxing out arcane. That takes a lot. Come on, a little bit closer. Go. Alright, that was a bit scuffed, but I got there all the same. Alright, time for the best camera in all Souls games. Not really. Hey, buddy. What the fuck are you doing? Ow. Let me top off real quick. Oh, fuck. I was trying to roll past him. I might need to lock on. This is not a good boss to lock on to, but... Okay. Is that gonna kill me? No. If it follows up, it might. Is it gonna stand there? I'm seeing a lot of attacks I haven't seen before. You wanna like let me go? That would be like really super fantastic. He's buffing himself up. Oh my god. I am playing like shit right now. Stop with that shit. Top off and okay. There we go. Sword Hunter badge. Awesome. Take that. Look at that. We got another lantern.